Have you or a loved one been affected by pignosis? Symptoms include blaming the controller, banning your own viewers, and saying, that's impossible 47 times a stream. However, there is hope. Welcome to Duty Streams, the internet's premier center for DSP analysis, memes, and emergency anti-pignosis treatment. We expose the cope, we study the salt, and we ask the hard questions. Did the game really screw him, or was it just another skill issue? Subscribe to Duty Streams today, because pignosis spreads fast, but laughter spreads faster.
That's insane. Don Filgundy Real did 500 kicks. He says, Casino is baiting inviting you back on yesterday's stream as a return of the king. Would you consider if they apologized? They're never going to apologize. What are you talking about? On what universe do you think their apology would be real? Seriously. In what universe do you think they would apologize for real? If anything, they would have fake apologized to try to get me back on the show so they could get some attention. That's all it would be. They're not going to be for real. I mean, come on, dude. They've done so many heinous things. In what universe do you really think that I would give them content, willingly and join them?
Hello, Drew.
Maybe I would go on the show if they paid me. If they paid me some money, maybe if they gave me some big dollars, Then again, the Canadian dollar is worth like nothing. So they'd have to give me double. They have to give me double big money. Because, I actually get something out of it since, the American dollar has value and the Canadian dollar is like, worth the dirt on the ground. It's completely worthless. Anyway, let's see here. They get a Scrail or Scrawly divided by 5. That's 200. And then so he owes me 247 subs. So if 220 ICS drops 247 subs on the channel, we'll schedule a Desert Bus Marathon. About. He goes, what's your logic behind banning donators who hate watch? Seems pretty counterproductive, like it's 2026 and you ban hate watchers. Are you stupid? 220 ICS, he's watching right fucking now. He's on another account. He's watching. He's already contributing. He didn't go anywhere. At this point, me slapping him across his digital nuts is symbolic, okay? He's going to come back anyway. He has no life. He lives eternally online. He's a loser. So he'll always be here watching me, stalking me, ready to drop at a moment's notice subs and contributions because he thinks somehow paying me is insulting and hurting. He's dumb, okay? You can't make dumb people really go away, but all you can do is tolerate them. So he's here. We know he's watching. We're not stupid, okay? Small Shoe says, they're like the biggest streaming duo on Kick. You do realize that's like saying they're the best athletes in the Special Olympics, right? You get that, right? They're the biggest retards in the pool of retards who watch retards. So who cares? No, see, these people are so demented. Again, I'm just going to say it as clearly and concisely as I ever can, and you don't have to believe or buy into it, but it's this simple. I have made distinct choices over the 18 years I've been a creator to make a certain kind of content, to be a certain kind of person, and to make sure that what I was doing was in line with what I wanted to put out there to the world and to the internet. Now, obviously, a lot of things change over time. My attitude has changed on certain things. I've evolved over time. But the content I'm making today, I feel is productive, is entertaining, is not harmful to anyone. And that's a really big, important thing for me, is that the content that I'm putting out there is not harming anyone. Instead, it's constructive, fun stuff that anyone could come tune into, have a good time, whether you like video games, whether now you're into TCG, whether you just want to chill, whatever it is. You can be here and relax and have a good time, and not on behalf of stepping on others or hurting others or dragging others through the mud. This is not toxic content. I don't want to make toxic content, okay? I don't. And when people and idiots bring stuff up, what about LTG stuff? I'll insult him every once in a while, and then I move on. When was the last time I even talked about the guy or cared? You guys bring him up. I don't. Yeah, if he does something stupid or ridiculous, maybe I'll go back and bring it up. But in this case, I just don't care about the guy. He's nonsensically just not pertinent to anything. Why would I give a shit about him? Okay? Did I collab with Kino Casino and do some harmful content for a little bit? Yes. And that was a necessary evil to propelling myself to another level and getting a new level of attention. I literally pulled myself out of having a financial distress to a level where now I am immensely successful every single day in stream that I put on. And it was, again, a means to an end. And as soon as I could, I cut the cord. I got the fuck out of that toxic environment, and I'm all the better for it. I could be more successful than I am right now, 100% guaranteed. I could be way more successful, 100%. But it would mean making content I don't stand behind and I feel is harmful. Whether that's lolcow style content, you know, with the Keemstar group, whether that's political grifter content, pretending to be some crazy right-wing bigot idiot who hates everything, and you know, culture wars, calling out woke culture. Or if I became a drama farmer who literally just reacted to everyone else and made fun of them all day fucking long, I could do any of those three things and be more successful, more popular, and more prominent than I am today. I don't care to do it because I don't want to make that kind of content. I find it harmful to society and humans as a whole. And I got a tickle in my throat. And I don't feel like doing it. Therefore, I refuse to. And I'm not going to do it. Now, it's a shame because everyone around me who is in this vortex of crap around me is involved in that kind of content. Therefore, I get dragged through the shit despite the fact that I feel I'm above it. There's not much I can really do about that. All I can try to do is do my best with the cards that I've been dealt. And I feel like I'm doing pretty good. All right? I do. So when you sit here and you say, yeah, but the casino guys are more successful for the... Yeah, of course they are. And they're toxic pieces of shit who constantly just hurt others, who make shit up, who slander others. The only reason they're allowed to do so is because there's no laws against it yet, but there will be someday. All it's going to take is one guy to slap them with a fucking lawsuit, and then they're fucked. All right? Take a look at how they spurged out when their Clips channel got shut down by someone who they pissed off. It's not going to last forever. That toxic attitude, it always blows up and hurts you in the long run. You're going to end up shooting yourself in the foot because you're going to piss off the wrong person. And then it comes back to bite you, okay? With the content I'm making, I'm not hurting anyone. I'm playing video games and making fun of myself and how I suck at them all the time. I'm opening packs of cards and freaking out at the good ones. Like, this is nice content. You can come hang out and no one has to get hurt in the process. I don't have to feel like I have to step on others and bring others down in order to get ahead. I don't. It's much harder to do what I'm fucking doing and be successful than what any of these other fucking people are doing. They took the easy way out because they're immoral people. They don't have any kind of conscience or values. Instead, it's success by any means. Don't give a shit who I hurt on the way up. Well, guess what? I do care about the people I hurt on the way up. In fact, I don't even care to go up. I just want to maintain and have a good life where I am, and I am doing that, okay? So I hope that you all understand that. I hope that you're all enjoying the content and understand that's why I do this content. I easily could be doing the stuff that would be big bucks. You know, if that was the case and that's what I was really all about, I would have been on that fucking Lalcow Live years ago, I would have signed with Keem and took that $50,000 bonus he was offering me. Or I would still be with the casino, and I 100% would have bought into all of their very, very dumb autistic ideas of things that they wanted me to do. Their group of me versus other villains and shit that they were. It was the dumbest brain dead shit. Like, this is fucking dumb. I'm getting the fuck out of here. These people are loser idiots. Okay? I could have easily done all that shit. I don't want to. I don't have to, because I'm above it. Doesn't matter that you like them. They're still toxic losers who hurt humanity. Okay? Sorry, that's just how it is. Now, I'm not going to sit here all day and be a hater and talk about it, but you guys can't get the fuck over it. You sit there talking about it constantly, bringing them up, using their mannerisms in chat, using their emotes in chat, constant references. No one fucking cares around here with a brain. You're the brainless idiot. Why don't you just, if you love them so much, why don't you become their fucking manservants and just stroke their balls all fucking day, right? I mean, you already lavish them with money constantly because you're an idiot and open a wallet to two guys who hate your guts. They literally hate your fucking guts, and their only reason that they make content is to milk your dumb brains. So if you're that dumb, why don't you just go and let them fuck you in the ass too? You might as well. That's the road you're going. You already opened your wallet. Now open your butt cheeks, right? Go for it. All right, that was fun. Anyway, now let's do some shout outs. We have Meggs. Andy wants to play Street Fighter. Shut the fuck up. No, they don't. They hate me. They hate me because I'm the one person that got the one up on them, and they fucking know it, and they're so angry because they never in a million years expected that I was doing what I was doing, and I was plotting what I was plotting, and I was already ready to pull that cord and cut it whenever I wanted. They really thought that they had their hooks in me, and I was going to be their slave for years, and I fucking publicly embarrassed the shit out of them. And they haven't gotten over it a year and a half later. That's why I'm still being talked about. Okay. Someone tipped $2 and said, as a husband, I would never let someone make fun of my wife for any kind of gain. And you notice that's when I left, right? You notice that was what the straw that broke the camel's back is, you know, you can joke every once in a while, or you could take it to a certain extent. But when you take it too far, and that's literally what broke the relationship, is Ashton is mentally deficient. I do actually believe that he's probably autistic. He doesn't understand social norms. He doesn't understand why wouldn't you just allow someone to insult your wife constantly for money? I don't understand. I would, right? That's what he would say. So he doesn't get it, okay? He just doesn't understand there's a line you don't cross. And I'm willing to work with them, and I'm willing to do a certain amount, but there's a line. And the line was, you're not going to sit here and insult my wife or family that have nothing to do with my content. And to them, that's like, well, I don't understand. Nothing's off limits. Yes, it is. Normal people would always tell you there's stuff that's off limits, but they're not normal. They're fucking weirdos. They're degenerates. They're really broken, vile people. So to them, oh, well, we're just going to keep doing it. Well, fuck you then. Cut the cord. I'm good. I already got what I wanted out of this. You guys don't have any ideas. You're morons anyway. So get the fuck out. And I did, and it worked. Okay? And for the record, because someone says, well, they're more successful day to day, because there's a broken society of people who live eternally online. A normal person would never open up a Kino Casino stream, watch it at face value, and be like, what great content. They'd literally stare at it like, what the fuck is this? There's a fat guy, and he's drooling, and he's screaming. He's acting as if he's mentally deranged. He's ringing a fucking dinner bell as if he's trying to call children in from the fields. And then people give him money when he does it. There's another guy that can barely fucking speak because he's been so cracked out, he destroyed his fucking body. And he's lisping and spitting all over the place. He's sweating profusely. What is this show? Who would watch this? And you realize, oh, maybe they are kind of like mentally off. And you realize, no, it's just, that's the show. That's the actual show. It's mentally deranged people watching mentally deranged people, and so they give them money. A normal person would watch it and be like, this is fucked. This is like, I can't believe this exists. I can't believe they have viewers. No, that's because there's a whole society of people online who are like that. They're broken in the head. They don't have friends. They don't have family. They don't have a significant life for themselves. They just sit online making fun of others to make themselves feel better about themselves. So they watch two mentally challenged guys make fun of other mentally challenged people, and then the mentally challenged give them money. That's a pretty broken cycle, and it's profitable. It's 100% is profitable. 100%. I don't want to do that. I could. I don't want to be involved in that. I don't find that of any value to human existence. I don't find that entertaining. I find it harmful, and quite frankly, I find it insulting that it exists or it's allowed to exist. It's fucked. The moment you start watching, any outsider, normal person with a life would watch that and be like, what is going on? He's actually, and Andy very slyly got rid of the slide whistle, right? Because that was even so Looney Tunes. Like when he did it was like, dude, it's like Looney Tunes. It's like they're two cartoon characters. They're entertaining people who have the mindset of a 5-year-old because that's who would like that kind of crap. It's literally car tip for 5-year-olds. So who, unreal. So how on earth would you not understand that? Like, again, normal people do. Normal people be like, why? When I started associating with them, people were like, what are you doing that for? They're fucking, it's the weirdest weirdo shit. Why would you do that? It got me exposure and it sure made me money, because again, there's a whole generation of people who are like that. Weirdos online, no actual fucking lives. What's up, Beef Supreme? How you doing, man? No, I didn't try to go back on Kino Casino. What a fucking idiot. Anyway. All right, so let's do very quickly, if anyone wants to do like a little bit of Q&A or whatever, and then let's end the morning show. Would I go on Casey if they said sorry? No. To what end would that serve? What do I need out of their audience again? Their audience is not going to like me again. They've literally, for 1.5 years, done nothing but dump on me because they have to because they're so fucking angry the way that they got dumped on, the way I dumped them. So, of course, they're going to try to get as much out of it as they can, right? To what end would that benefit me? It would do zero for me. Is Power World coming back? Probably not. Personally, I like Power